All right, gang, in the shop. Got another project. I had several. We've been busy. I still have one other video to produce. A lot of people will build or have built smokers for cooking meat out of propane tanks. And I had a customer approach me, needed some work done on one. It was already been cut. It's already been a smoker, but it's been suffering from some neglect. It's like a junkyard find, really, salvage yard. But the bones are there. I've seen them rebuild antique cars out of less. I told the kid, you know, he's a good kid. I said, yeah, well, it's gonna be a spare time thing, no big rush. Just kind of let me have a little artistic license with it, and I'll probably make more off of the video than I do the damn cooker. But anyway, I'm gonna flip you around in a minute and show you where I started at. Stay tuned. All right, going handheld. This is the cooker. It's on a heavy frame. I think that's like 3x5 angle somebody had put on there. They banded the corners. I don't know what they were thinking, but yeah. Anyway, I started on it. It was resting with the legs on this front support, and then it had the back legs were attached right here. There's a large rust blemish right there, just a hole. I cut it loose from the legs, scooted the whole tank back because we got to remove that area, and I was going to do an underswung firebox and bring the firebox on up into here. I took a laser, little cheapo laser, and mounted it on a hasty chair mount. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, once you level the cooker lengthways, you put your laser on there, and then you can transfer lines pretty easy around those round surfaces. I know some guys will just take a level and just trace it around. That's all fine and dandy. It had a porch, I call them a porch, or a work surface mounted out here. We blew that off to get it out of the way. And then looking from the inside out, here's that hole. The firebox, the existing firebox was nothing but a lid. The whole bottom of the box was gone. There was nothing there. It was just one rusty plate. That rusty plate laying under there. So I cut all that out with the plasma. I'm still transferring lines. But I got over inside of it. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a lot of creosote and rust all in the bottom. I started chipping that out and come to the conclusion it's going to need what we call a rebottom. We're going to cut the entire bottom out. I don't know if come up so far. I'll turn you guys around a little bit and give you some sketch ideas of what we're thinking about doing. As I get going, I'll do 2 or 3, I don't know, a few videos on this little cooker to give you an idea. But this is what I'm starting with. It's got lids on the doors. The doors weigh 400 pounds a piece. A lot of people see it popular. They just cut the blank out. They trim around with flat bar, and then that piece of probably 2x3 piece of 1/4 inch thick plate for a door. It's a It's a hernia waiting to happen. These guys didn't even put counterweights on the back side of the lids. They put some makeshift handles on there. They did put gauges in it. One stack, 4-inch pipe. This is it. This is what we got. One more whole view of what we have. This is the first tank smoker I've built. I've seen a lot of them build, and I've built some out of pipe and various other stuff. This one, total rehab, frame off restoration, if you will. Like I said, it's gonna be quite a few videos. I don't know how many parts. This is just part one. I'll show a little bit how we doing it. I want to change the doors out, probably put a flat face on there. We got artistic license. We're just gonna run with it, have some fun, build the kid a nice smoker. He asked me if I could put my logo on it somewhere, and I said, son, if I put my logo on there, it's gonna be something that I'd want to put my logo on. So there you go. Stick with us, stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. Okay, so this thing has these 800-pound doors on here. We're gonna scrap that. We're gonna put a flat face on there. I got to set the level up, transfer my lines along the bottom. I'm gonna set the level up, go ahead, since I have the tank leveled, I'm gonna put me a line down on the bottom. Probably pierce it, you know, stitch cut it with the plasma so I can have it. Excuse me. I'll stitch cut that line so I'll have it for future. And then I'm gonna have to pull the tank, move the carriage out. I'll have a remnant cut down there on the bottom where I can go back later. It'll just be a lot of rolling the tank around on the floor. And I gotta level it, roll it around to where I can set a level across this opening here and burn into this head, and I'll put one flat sheet across the front, catch the radiuses on the heads, and then it'll hold flat doors. Get away from all that Bubba Joe's welding shop stuff. Probably gonna have to reach in there and put a strut in to keep that tank wall from bowing when I cut that rib out. We'll see what we got from there. I may leave that rib in the center until last, because these lines look decent enough. I'm gonna set the laser on them and see how they track. I'll show you that. But first things first, play with the laser. All right, apparently it's not level, according to that little pendulum Bosch brand Home Depot special. I'm gonna hook the cherry picker to the front of it and drop it down. I kind of, with my eye, saw that it wasn't this perfect, and but the laser's telling the tale. Okay, according to that weld seam on that the horizontal on that tank, it's within 1/8 of an inch level. I'm calling that good. I'll transfer. I'm gonna use that. I'll put me some tick marks along the edge. Transfer around. Try to go. I may go around the nose. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. And then walk down the other side and get a line on the other side where I want to cut at. Get up into the good metal, and then we can start perforating it and making our stitch cut. I'm gonna blow those big heavy doors off after I get my line transferred around. It's just gonna be a matter of moving the laser around and transferring my line to come down the other side. No need in recording that. I just told you what I'm doing. I'll get my lines, I'll get them stitch cut, and then blow the doors off, pull the tank, and then we'll level it. I'll show you the deal on the leveling that door to make the flat front. We're gonna cut these 800-pound doors off of this thing. Already cut one hinge. Ridiculous. Get these doors off, then I can cut the tank loose, move the carriage out, do the level trick, put the line on it, blah blah. Get rid of that. Not bad, that's just all they had. We just hook back. I guess those will hold it. Hook back to the tank, cut the braces loose, roll the carriage out the door. Starting to get a little bit hungry. Not sure exactly what it's going to do. I know it ain't gonna lift level. I know it's not gonna lift level. Put a little tension on it. Cut the other two. Cut the other two off. Cut these two off. Should be able to pick the damn thing up and roll the carriage out. Well, I'll cut that one off last. It's got my ground up to it. Move you guys in front. Maybe it came loose. Yes, sir. Stay. Roll the carriage out the door, set the tank on the floor. Be right back. All right, I don't know where I left off on this video, but I'll show you where we're at. Turn you around, give you a look. We've cut the front off and replaced it with this flat cap. Still got to cut 2 openings for the doors. We'll put sheet metal doors on there, some custom hinges. We've seen some patterns we like. And get away from those hernia doors that are over there. We found that we only have to cut back about midways to get into some good material. On the bottom, we come down, jig-jag up, and go back around. We're gonna have like basically end up being a square firebox back here, and then we're gonna do like a boat bottom here, 3-sided bottom on it. We cut the cross member out so we'll have room for the slope. It's gonna be about the same height that it was when it came in. I'm gonna level the trailer up, put some tags on it so it holds it still, it doesn't roll and blah blah. Level the tank, and then we'll start doing our math here. We may have to remove that stack, I don't know. our plans are, we were over here last night, we may just flip the whole thing upside down, build that section down there, redo the bottom area, and then float the box into it and do our coping around. All right, so we're cleaning up the bottom of this thing to put them plates on, and this little guy come out of the wreckage. All right, I don't remember where I left off at on this video. I know I'll tell you where we're at. We got it flipped upside down, cut, cleaned-ish, and we were trying to decide how to do this bottom. At first, I was just gonna make a slope bottom, going into a firebox where they could just rinse it out with a hose, and that was gonna create about 7 extra feet of welding on it. And we ain't into that. Anyway, we changed our mind. We're gonna do a boat bottom across 3 sides. Level the tank up. Put a little web piece up here, center it up, tack it on. Float a panel from there up to the firebox. I'll have to rig something, prop it up over here. And then we just measure our plates instead of trying to do all that math. We could do the math. You still have to trim it. That's where we're at. We're gonna probably tack it and mock it up, and I'll show you what we got when we get done. All right, back on this smoker build, rebuild, rehab, tune up, whatever you want to call it. I got the bottom put in and got the door open, the face cut. We're gonna cut some door openings in it and blah. Got the welding done on the bottom. Went ahead and finished everything on the bottom because that's the last time I'm gonna see it. Cleaned up everything, rolled it over, and now I just gotta set it back down on the carriage. Figure out how big we're gonna build the firebox, build it, drift it up to it, and then start doing all the fun stuff, the trim items. Stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna wrap part 1 up because this is just getting way too long. A lot of this is gonna end up getting edited out, but anyway, what we have is we've taken the old tank, cut the bottom out, cut an opening for the firebox, cut the doors off, the pieces of plate, the blanks that they cut out of the tank and trimmed with flat bar, and did the best they could with what they had. But they were extremely heavy. Put a piece of 1/4-inch plate over the front, cut a couple of openings. We're gonna put some flat sheet metal doors on there, probably stainless, I don't know. Go from there. We still got to add another 2 stacks in it, some baffle plates in there. Continue you guys down. Still got to put a firebox on it and some trailer work. But yeah, that's it for now. That's part 1 of this thing. Wrap it up. I'll bring you back in. We'll start over once we start fabbing the firebox and drifting it up in, and go from there. Until then, like, share, subscribe, comment. This is Mo, damn it. Tire Creek Ironworks out.